Aristotle never said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. He never said that. It was the writer Will Durant who said these famous words. And yet it is still a great quote. What you are today is the result of the habits you created in your life. And habits is what Joe Rogan was talking about in one of the latest podcasts of Flagrant. Joe Rogan is the famous M&A commentator and podcaster who nailed a $100 million deal with Spotify for the podcast he created. Flagrant 2 is a comedy podcast that delivers unfiltered, unapologetic, and unruly hot takes directly to your dome piece. In an era dictated by political correctness, hosts Andrew Schulz and Akaash Singh, along with AlexxMedia and Mark Gagnon, could care less about sensitivities. If it's funny and flagrant, it flies. If you are sensitive, this podcast is not for you. But if you miss the days of comedians actually being funny instead of preaching to a choir, then welcome to the Flagrancy. And here is what Joe Rogan has to say about habits. Enjoy.
This is a perfect example, a perfect expression of you and of you guys, of everybody that works here. It's like you're doing it, and you're doing it with your stand-up, you're doing it with your specials. Just keep doing it, and it'll get better, and you'll find, smoother ways to do it. You're gonna continue this weird path that we're all on. Like, I feel like I get better at doing podcasts every day. Mm-hmm. I feel like every time I do it, I get a little bit better. And I know that sounds crazy, but I just think that we can define ourselves in a confining way for no reason. We just say, well, about as good as I ever gonna get at this. But that's not really true. Mm-hmm. Like, you can get better. And I still fuck up. Like, sometimes I'll talk over someone, I'm like, fuck. Like, I didn't want to. Like, it just blurted out. I'm like, control, settle down. Mm-hmm. Like, try to figure out how to get the most out of this person. Yeah. And it just gets better all the time. And it's like everything else you do. It's the amount of energy you put into it, the amount of focus you put into it. And if you put a lot into it, you can get better at it. As long as you're alive. As long as you're alive and you're healthy, put a lot into it.
Yeah. Joe Rogan.
Yes. Get in here, you vegan. Dirty vegan.
You're the fucking man. Thank you so much, brother.
My pleasure, brother. I appreciate you
Do you
very
have some
much.
shows you like?